Hi, and welcome to the ThruNite channel. So today we're going to be discussing some new ThruNite products, including these little keychain quick detach keepers. These are really cool. Now on the table here I have some other ones, some common ones that are available on Amazon right now, different styles and stuff. So what this is a quick detach keyring system. So you have two split rings here. All right, the actual unit is titanium, and they are very securely together. All right, but if you want to detach a specific item off of your keys, all you have to do is, in this case, slide this center pillar over, and it's spring-loaded. Once you slide it over, now you're able to easily detach. Okay, so if you want to connect it, again, push that tube down, put that in, and let it go, and now it's reconnected. So why would you want something like this? Well, for your keys, you might have a specific key or tool that you frequently take off your keys. And you know how difficult it could be to use a split ring and to constantly take things on and off it. So these little quick detach key rings are great for that one item that you might want to disconnect all the time. It could be a special key that you want to take off your keys to lend someone. First thing that I thought of for uses for this is for my main car key. So when I go to the dealership to get my car maintained, I have to give them the key, right? And sometimes it's kind of a pain to, again, take my main key off of a split ring. So I use a quick detach to be able to just hand them the key quickly. So on the table here, we have a couple different versions, all right, from different companies. The first one is TISOR. These sell for $16.90. All right, it's a very similar style here. You can see it comes with two, kind of a polished split rings. And this works the same way where you pull the tube. All right, this just happens to have a longer bar inside. Makes it, it's a little bit harder to pull that out, but not a huge deal. Still works very well. This also comes with smaller split rings if you didn't want the big ones. All right, next up here we have the Key Unity. Now this is very popular. Now this swivels just like all these do. They all have the capability of easily swiveling, and the point of that is so that you don't bind up. Like if you have a bunch of stuff in your keys, if it can't swivel, if it's a solid piece, it would kind of, be in an awkward position, especially if you keep your keys in your pocket. You might have a key sticking into you, and it's so uncomfortable. Now this one actually does not come apart, all right, but it does, smoothly swivel. And these come with interesting little split rings where they're kind of one level inside of another, and you push it to the side. All right, that's how you open it. But that currently sells for $20.99. Then on the top here we have a company, FEGVE. These sell for $19.90. All right, again, very similar with the barrel style. This also comes with large and small split rings. And again, these split rings are similar in that you would slide this over. Okay, so it's a little bit easier to use than, say, like a traditional split ring. And for this one, same deal. You're going to pull this over and then pull out. You see it's like kind of a longer post there. Then on the bottom here, we have a model from Thai Multi. All right, this one has an egg shape kind of thing. Now this one, it's definitely stiffer. It doesn't freely rotate. Like it rotates, but there's definitely a good amount of resistance there. Compared to all these other ones really just swivel very smoothly. All right, this one, again, that is not as smooth. So it does have a lot of resistance in rotating. This actually works very differently in that there's no plunger or anything here. This just basically pulls apart. All right, it takes a good amount of pressure to pull it apart. All right, and there is an O-ring in there as well. So eventually, if it started wearing out, you can replace the O-ring. But that's it. Snaps together. All right, pulls apart. So the problem I have with this one, and I've used this style many times in the past myself, is that it's easy to pop that off to use your tool. But now putting it back on, you have to really line it up. It can't be on an angle. So you have to make sure you're nice and straight to push it back together, compared to just using, a little plunger, which is a lot easier in any of these other models. But if you like that style, they currently sell for $16.99 on Amazon. All right, and again, all this stuff is titanium. You could find stainless steel versions of most of these for probably just a couple dollars, $2, $3, $4 maybe. But if you're into the titanium, obviously it's a lot more expensive. Now the next one here does not come apart either. It's similar to the Key Unity in that it just swivels, but it's also very low profile. All right, so if you're just looking for something to be able to swivel on there and it's super small, this is a good option. This is sold by TISUR, just like this first one here, but it's obviously a completely different, type of connection point. All right, also titanium, and you get a 2-pack for $19.99. And back to the ThruNite one. So it's same as the first one and the third one in that we have a barrel. The only difference is those have very long posts. This has just a little nub. All right, so just a little tiny piece that has to pop in there instead of a longer tube. All right, but super secure. And what's actually pretty interesting too, it's not listed yet, but keep an eye out for these. ThruNite is also offering a very, very cool attachment ring. So this is pretty thick. It's heavy duty, all right, unlike your traditional, split rings. And this actually opens because of the cutouts. Now I want to zoom in on this. This is super cool. So you can see how these are laser cut to allow this to actually push in. All right, and that's how you would access the opening of this. All right, so this can also be a nice addition to this split ring if you wanted to. So let me go ahead and take one of these off and show you this, for example. So traditional split ring, a little bit of a pain sometimes. But if you want to use one of these big beefy ones, all you have to do is just push that down and it slides right on. And you can use two of those, and then you have another option for your quick detach. So let me pop the other one on here as well. Let me show you what that look like. I just like these rings. They're really, really neat. All right, so again, these just push in, and that is it. That's how it attaches. And there you go. So now you got two really beefy rings. And if you want a quick detach, again, just pull that barrel, and there you go. Now you are detached. So these items are really cool. Again, a great addition to anyone's EDC for their keychain, particularly if you have one item that you want to constantly take on and off. I know for some people that would be like a small flashlight. That's something that you might not want to have your keys attached to while you're using, but you do want to carry it on your keys. But of course, the sky's the limit. These days, people carry all kinds of cool tools on their keys, but now it gives you an option to quickly detach them. But when you want them on your keys, they do stay very firmly on your keys. All right, the only exception is this one, where if you pull apart, obviously it's going to disconnect. So again, this one it's an interesting design, but it's my least favorite of all of these because of that reason. In every other case, you're not going to accidentally lose any items, but if your keys get snagged on something and you have enough force, it'll pop that off. All right, so if you get this particular one, just be a little careful with that. So that's it for now. If you guys are new to the ThruNite channel, if you don't know, they do free product giveaways. If you want to enter, all you have to do is comment on these videos and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.